YouTubers, it's me, your old pal Ashley. Kinda like your old pal Weezer, but different. I actually have on makeup and my hair is done in this episode and I'm wearing earrings. Um, I had a friend who asked me if I would talk about the Laverne Shirley phenomenon that is Laverne. Now, if you don't know what Laverne means, it was a term coined, gosh, 10 years ago, probably, by people who were fans of Laverne and Lenny. Now, preface. Penny Marshall, Michael McKean, I'm sorry if you ever have to see this. I hope to the Lord above you will not, but my friend Emily did request this, so we're gonna talk about it, alright? Now, you're probably thinking, Laverne and Lenny, that's awkward. That's almost as awkward as Shirley and Squiggy. Well, you're right, it is awkward. But, in truth now, there were several episodes that sort of had them wanting to get together. And I do have a small list on my phone that may tell me, alright, so, both episodes of High Neighbors, both book 1 and book 2. Book 1 ends with Lenny giving Laverne a kiss, and she's really appalled. But book 2 ends with Laverne giving Lenny a kiss, and she's not so appalled. And in fact, she says that he kisses better than a vacuum. Okay. It's a little odd. I guess what I'm trying to do here is support all this nonsense coming from people with evidence. Alright, so then you have, let's see here, oh, Lenny's crush. Okay, so if you're familiar with this, you're familiar with Lenny's crush. It's an episode where Lenny has this massive crush on Laverne. She gives him a little kiss. He's just in love because apparently that's what happens in life is you fall in love with Penny Marshall. I don't know. So anyway, Lenny and Laverne. Alright. So then he writes this little song. Do we all remember the little song? Michael McKean probably wrote it. It's da 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 da. I've heard it said that life is dumb. That things you want don't ever come. But that is not my problem. I'm in love with Laverne. Alright, there's more. Okay. She has this crush on her and she has to reject him and it's really sad. But at the end she's like, we can still be friends, and for some reason he accepts that. Look, girls, if any guy ever says to you we can still be friends, you need to be like, no, we cannot. We cannot still be friends. It will not work. Okay, so you got Lenny's crush there. And what else have you got? Oh, Sing Sing Sing. I've talked about that earlier. They sing their little duet together. They have a little hug. Then Sabrina Boosh comes in and ruins the moment. And America's like, Sabrina Boosh, who are you? You need to leave. Alright. Then we have That's Entertainment. And they are paired together again, singing opera. Not as themselves. At least I don't think that's Michael McKean. I know that is not Penny Marshall. Please. But they're kind of paired together again. He's Leonard Feather and she's Brunhilde. Yes. So that was intriguing for the masses. Okay, Honeymoon Hotel. I think he hugs her, kisses her, something happens in this episode because Squiggy is talking about how he's in love with a bearded lady. Of course you are, Squiggy. Oh my gosh. Of course you're in love with a bearded lady. Ah. So, something happens there. Alright, there's, gosh, what else? Road to Burbank. If any fan needed ammunition, that episode is Road to Burbank. Because Laverne puts on her, what does Lenny call it? Fredericks of Hollywood negligence. It's weird. They have a little thing going on in that episode. Gosh, what else is there? I know there are more. Okay. Now, when I was little, this episode, I just had like a twitch, I'm sorry. This episode was very sad to me. It was Look Before You Leap, and it was weird because, alright, I became a fan of Laverne Shirley, an honest God fan, in 1999. And no, I lied, 98, because that was when Nick at Night brought it to Block Party Summer. And there were a lot of fans, and I'm still friends with some of them. Thank you to the Nick at Night message boards on AOL. But, it was really weird. It was like this group of us who were around the same age, and we all were just obsessed. And it was a good thing for me, and maybe I'll talk about that later because it gets kind of mushy. I wrote Cindy Williams a letter, and I explained to her that it brought me out of a very dark time in my life. And as someone going into the seventh grade, you wouldn't think that they would be having a dark time in their life, but I was. And she just wrote me the sweetest letter back. But anyway, so Look Before You Leap was weird because Laverne thought she was pregnant, and Laverne and Shirley, heavy petting, kissing. There was no sex. There was no rodeo go. Are you kidding? So the supposed storyline was Laverne got drunk, thought she was married to this guy, got pregnant. It was crazy. Okay, in my little 12-year-old brain, it didn't make sense. So what was really sweet in that episode, though, was that Lenny and Squiggy flipped a coin or some kind of nonsense to find out who should marry Laverne, and it was Lenny. Alright, yet again, let's spark everyone's little crazy imagination. Now, did the writers know? Did audiences in the 70s feel the same way as audiences in the 90s? Were these just hormonal children making up things? I don't know. I would love to know. If you are a fan from the 70s and you're like Laverne and Lenny should get together, holla. Holla at your sister. Okay? But, it was just such a sweet moment because with Lenny's crush coming several years down the road, it made us think he really cares about her. I mean, you don't just offer to marry someone because you won her on a coin toss. And so the dynamic there was just interesting. Someone recently asked Michael McKean on Twitter, if the show had kept going, would Lenny and Laverne have wound up together? Michael McKean said that's a good guess. Okay, what does that mean, Michael McKean? Or anyone that knows? Like, does that mean yes? Does that mean no? Does that mean, oh, that's interesting? No one knows. So, I think that were they to get together, fans would not be mad. But there are some crazies out there, so I don't know. But anyway, um, yeah, Laverne and Lenny. I don't know what else to say about them. There are all these episodes that have these little tender moments between them. What do you do about that? I mean, alright, you've got Michael McKean, you got Penny Marshall. What happened there? Did they know the chemistry was there? Because apparently it was. Just saying. Alrighty, well, I cannot think of any more Laverne and Lenny episodes off the top of my head. My childhood is failing me. I'm getting old. So, if you can think of anything, dear watchers, viewers, if you will, please let me know. Okay? Alright, well, that's it. Schlemiel Schlemazel. Milk and Pepsi. The beginning. Yeah.